On the 77th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz, the most notorious of the many Nazi death camps, we commemorate International Holocaust Remembrance Day and pause to remember the 6 million innocent Jewish people who perished during the Holocaust. I visited Auschwitz 10 years ago with a remarkable man, Hank Broad, who survived that terrible place. I'll never forget when Hank showed us the barrack where he lived, the spot where his bunk had been, and the gas chamber where so many of his friends were murdered. I listened as Hank sang the mournful Hebrew prayer for the dead and can still hear the emotion in his beautiful voice as he sang through his pain and memories. Sadly, the lessons the world learned during that dark chapter of human history are fading. We are seeing a frightening rise in anti-Semitism in the United States and around the world. This terrible development should cause all people of goodwill to pause and contemplate what this growing anti-Semitism and resulting violence could mean not just for the Jews, but for the world. Earlier this month, we witnessed a horrifying hostage situation at Congregation Beth Israel in Texas. We are all relieved that the hostages are safe, and we're grateful for law enforcement officers who responded to the situation. But no one should feel threatened while attending a synagogue or any house of worship. We must do everything in our power to combat anti-Semitism and protect all houses of worship. We can start by confirming Deborah Lipstadt as special envoy to monitor and combat anti-Semitism. Dr. Lipstadt is a leading scholar of anti-Semitism who's been awaiting a confirmation hearing on her appointment since last July. It's more important than ever that Dr. Lipstadt be confirmed immediately. Second, Congress must ensure that Jewish institutions can afford the security enhancements they need by increasing the funding for nonprofit security grants. As a member of the Bipartisan Task Force for Combating Anti-Semitism, I will continue to be a vocal leader against the rise of anti-Semitism. Third, we must all condemn and combat anti-Semitism and Holocaust denial. We cannot ignore the insidious nature of conspiracy theories about Jews or sit quietly by when others espouse anti-Semitic stereotypes that blame the Jews for all the ills of the world. We have seen the inhumanity that can arise when people demonize and dehumanize others. We must commit ourselves to teaching the truth about the Holocaust and the dangers of anti-Semitism. So on this year's International Holocaust Remembrance Day, let us rededicate ourselves to the meaning of never again by reaffirming our commitment to combating anti-Semitism, protecting Jewish people and Jewish institutions, speaking out even when it's uncomfortable, and never repeating the mistakes of the past.